I'm Mr. Marshall, and I got Kenny back again.
Hey!
Kenny, what'd you bring to the table, man?
You got the FT-Sparrow.
Cool, and how was that?
It was easy to build.
Yeah, compared to now tell me what you built so far.
I built the FT Versa and the FT Blunt Nose Versa.
Okay, and then now you're venturing into something smaller, something quick for the end of the year.
Yeah.
So you've done a lot of flight test builds now. You're starting to get the hang of it somewhat. I mean, this actually was pretty quick from you.
Yeah, it's starting to get like really familiar with me.
Getting used to all the A folds and B folds and all that. Very cool, because you spent the 7th grade year build to fly, in the learning strand, just building and flying. And now next year, I'm really going to push you now with everything that you've learned from these planes to start designing your own. And I think that'll be really good for you to take what you've learned from these and then start to using the A and B fold and creating wings and planes that we can use next year.
Yeah.
So you inspired me, because this was such we have tested them. You can see we've been flying it already, and you inspired me to make my own. So I made my own. What? Master, show his work. What? So there's mine, and I'm gonna copy Kenny's in terms of electronics and all that. So he's gonna show me how he did all the power pod stuff in the back. And what did you have to do for this power pod? Because it's a difference between the chuck glider and what you've got here.
Well, so for my power pod here, since it's smaller, I had to find like a smaller motor mount for it.
Okay. And you just slice right into the back like that?
Yep.
That was it, huh?
Just cut right through it, and then just place the little power pod in.
And you just ran your stuff on top?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there a way that you can run them underneath, or no? Maybe?
Yeah, like you can like stick them through like the little holes in here.
Okay. Do you recommend this to future builders?
Yeah, it's a pretty easy build, so why not waste your time with it? So.
Yeah, I know, right? But how long did it take you to do? Because flight test says you could do it in 45 minutes. Without the electronics, just building the plane in about 45 minutes. You think that's true?
Yeah.
Yeah, about. And then you're spray painting, bud. What are you going to do next year to teach yourself to not douse this thing with spray paints?
Not.
Because the wing's awesome. Look at this wing, you guys. This wing is so cool. But then he got a little paint happy up here. And so we've got some, so this is how you fix it if you do too much paint. This is actually a good lesson. So he's got too much paint on these. The paper on the front started to peel up. What we did was we did our best to glue inside the tape, or inside the paper, and then we just pretty much glossed it over with some tape, making sure that the ailerons still moved, and they do. And because it got warped a little bit, we did this cool thing with the barbecue skewer, where you just slide it all the way in, and it pretty much touches the bottom here, and then glue it down on the wing, chop it off at the very end, and now you've got yourself a very strong wing. And that angle is that Josh, when he built this plane, that angle that you used to stick on there, that's very important. So if you deviate from that and you make it too flat or you make it too narrow, the effects of the plane in flight is going to definitely mess it up. So we had to keep this in that same angle, and those barbecue skewers were able to do that. And I think we're ready to go out and keep on flying and rock and roll with this thing. Yeah. Before we leave, real quick, what power setup are you using? Using a Cobra 2204, and then we've got the, do you know what ESC you have in here, like 12 amp?
Yeah,
Mantis?
It's a 12 amp.
Okay, cool. And then the battery is 3-cell. Was it? Did I give you a 1300? 1300 milliamp one? Sweet, because I already have it taped in there. So those are the steps we had. We needed to use a little bit more weight to add up to the front for the battery. I mean, ideally, I think like a 1500 or like an 1800 would be really nice for this type of plane. But other than that, just ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm down.
Grab the plane. All right, Kenny, what'd you think, man?
Oh, it's delicious.
Delicious with a little bit of crashing on the top.
Yep.
Look at your washers. This is way back here. All right, man. Well, that pretty much wraps up your season. Get that thing out of here, man. Sorry for that. But what do you think, Kenny?
I think it flew pretty well.
Yeah, it flew pretty well. And I think that it's a little bit different than what you're pretty used to with the Versacopter and stuff, and having to because when you turn right, it doesn't completely. You don't have to completely turn back on the stick to get that nose up. So what's cool is that these things are so squirrely, and you can adjust pretty fast. And if you crash, it doesn't really matter. I think we've crashed this thing about 6 or 7 times, and it still looks like this, and it's still in good shape. Throw a couple more spars in there, and this bad boy is ready to rock and roll. So what do you got next year, man? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna like seriously design.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, guys, thank you for staying tuned and watching Kenny do his builds throughout the year, and we're looking forward to Kenny next year and seeing what he can come up with and be able to share with you guys. So more MESArc in the future. Thanks for watching.